Why you need a man. Hello and welcome to Chengi's World. I am Chengi and you, my precious one, of course, are my world. As you know, things have been on a bit of a shake-up in Chengi's World, but I assure you ladies, as we go through the series of videos that I have planned for you, that are real, that are heartfelt, that are honest and truthful with you, that it is not my desire, it is not my intent to hurt anybody's feelings, to make anybody feel inadequate. I understand that when these videos go out, sometimes the damage has already been done. But you see, I have to weigh it up between saving somebody from making a mistake, from sparing the feelings of somebody who's already made that mistake and is having to live with it. And that is always a tough juggle. So we had a talk about tattoos on one of my previous videos, and one of you sent a comment saying, well, what's the point of this video? Those women who've already tattooed their whole bodies, now they're gonna have low self-esteem. Well, the thing is, if I don't say anything to save those girls' feelings, then there are other women that are just going to go ahead and do it, and then their feelings are going to be truly hurt. So it's best for me to speak and to share things with you that will stem the flow of bad mistakes, but also help us who happen to be mothers to girls or boys to begin to teach them what truly matters so they don't make the mistakes that we made. But I also want to assure you and encourage you, there's never anything that is broken that can't be fixed. For every mistake we make, there's a way of an escape, there's grace, there's mercy, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're sitting here watching my videos thinking, oh my goodness, I've done that, that's why I'm here. It's not to condemn you. It's to let you know that, okay, that's the problem, we can fix it. Even if you're tattooed from the top of your head to the crown of your feet, it can be fixed. But now it needs expert help to fix it. You can't just fix it on your own. There's now something that you're gonna have to get help for. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so my job is not to make you feel bad. My job is to help you understand and touch down with the realities, because the ones that will win in the game of love are the ones that are touched down with the reality. In fact, the ones that have won, that are winning, are people that are touched down with the reality and with truth. These are people who've taken the rose-tinted glasses off relationships, who stop making romantic decisions in and around relationships and starting to make decisions that are wise, that are in alignment with the principles of relationships, and that bring them joy along the way. So this is my job here in Chengi's World, not to just feed you nuggets, but really and truly to give you the truth so that you can touch down with it. Because a lot of what I'm sharing with you in these videos is not going to be anything you don't know deeply within your soul. So on my Instagram post a few days ago, I posted that you need a man. Girl, you need a man. Okay. And I thought they would come for me. I was like, oh, hello, the feminists, they're gonna come for me, they're gonna have me for breakfast. But here's why I posted that, because we all need to come to the place of acceptance that we need a man, we need companionship, we need a partner. It took me a very, very long time, because I was programmed scripted in my family by my mom. Don't rely on a man. You don't need a man. What you need is your education. What you need is your money. What you need is, is to make sure that you stabilize yourself financially, get yourself a degree so that you never need a man. And that was coming from women who needed men for economical survival. That's what they thought they were really getting out of the deal. Women like my mom, who are now in their 70s, were really thinking, were trapped by their lack of economic freedom. They were trapped by their inability to walk away, because their whole lives were dependent on the marriage to keep it going. Their whole existence was, this marriage has to work so that I can eat, so my kids can eat, because it was very much the traditional type of life where the woman stays at home and rears the children, and the husband goes to work. And so there was always this push and pull between them, because if she didn't like what was going on, she could possibly starve or lose her home. So when they were raising women like us, who are now over 40 or over 30, we are now raising our daughters and another generation. They told us, you don't need a man. If you've got your money and you've got your stuff, you don't need a man. And then the doctrine therefore developed into focus on your education, focus on your stuff, and a man will come along. As if a man is some on the side, sweet by and by, some kind of an aside to life, like a dessert after you've got your meal. And so what did we do? We took heed, and we went off and invested our most fertile years, our most sexually I'm trying to find the word. If I find it, I'll come back. Our sexual prime, and that is when men naturally gravitate to women, and that's usually within the late teens to kind of throughout your 20s. You know, nowadays the number's gone lower because women in the 20s have become quite promiscuous, so they're losing that natural, that energy of purity. But it's around that age that men are a dime a dozen. The men that are approaching you have not had divorce, they've not been jaded, they've not been hurt. Those are actually the prime years for a woman to secure love. And many of us and many of my clients, when I speak to them, there's always that one guy. She was in uni though, and she had to focus on her education. Or there was that one guy, and you know, we were in school. There was that one guy who she took for granted at that time, because she was listening to mama saying, and even fathers saying, listen, focus on your education and men will come. Focus on your schooling and men will come. And now the same parents are like, why y'all still single? Like, I need grandkids. And you are now in your 30s, you are in your 40s, some of you 50s, some of you even 60s. And, you know, the pressure from family is for you to be mated. But guess what? At no point within that time frame did they educate you on relationships, educate you on men, different types of men, what kind of men you should be going for, how to behave when you're with a man, how to respect a man, how to show up as a lady, how to be feminine in a relationship, how to know yourself, how to be healed from your wounds, how to function, how to have decorum and etiquette on a date, how to make a man feel great, how to choose the kind of man, what are you looking for in a man. You had zero education around that, but you're supposed to just find you a man. And what's really ironic about that is we accepted it. We accepted it as a reality, because at the end of the day, you know, that's a natural thing. That's a consequence of life, right? As if there's anything that works that way. The career you have, the ability for you to read, you had to apply yourself to a process. The ability to figure out numbers, you had to apply yourself to a deliberate process over many, many, many years. For you to actually master numbers, mathematics, English, for you to drive, you had to subscribe to a process of learning. Everything that you have as an adult being, if you look at it in your life, you've had to submit yourself to a process of learning. But because you were told you don't need a man and that you can always get a man, you did not submit yourself to the process of learning. I did not submit myself to the process of learning. None of us did. We just came out of here better educated, better looking, you know, able to have the things we want, go where we want to go, but clueless when it comes to men. And so when we kept bumping our heads into the relationship world, bump, 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 men ghost us, men leave us, men can't handle us, men fight with us. We can't settle in a relationship because we have zero skill set. What we told ourselves is, I don't need no damn man. I can do that all by myself. I got my career. I've got my life. And for those of us who happen to have children, I got my children, whatever story we told ourselves. And of course, the sort of feminist wave came in and, oh my God, it's embarrassing for a woman to admit in front of the whole world that she wants her man, she must be stupid. She must have nothing better to do with her life. She is the inferior. She is letting the side down, because how does a modern woman actually say she needs a man? We don't need a man. We are men. We can do what men can do. I'm so sorry. I've got this piece of hair in my face and it is driving me. Okay. We are men. We can do what men can do. We can have what men can have. I don't need. And then we went on that wave, and now many of us are like crying in our soup, because those girls whose moms taught them, actually get yourself an education, but also understand this is how men are, this is how men behave, this is what happens, and who modeled womanhood for their daughters. They have gone ahead, they have gone off and married, because they understood. They want to marry the beta males that all of us are like, they like their beta males. They want to marry the average looking guys. They want to marry men who could provide, who could protect, who could cherish. They want to marry the ones that you, Miss I don't need no man, well, like, have you seen her husband? He's so ugly. You know, some women are just so desperate, right? She's now got 3-4 kids, and your ideal, and this is the funny thing, because Hollywood then stuffed this idea of beauty, of gorgeous men, and that a girl who is pretty will get that guy on the screen. And so not only now, if I got an education, not only am I a modern woman, and not only do I earn money, I am now entitled to that guy. I want Boris Kojo, or what's the other one? I don't know, the pretty ones, right? I want Brad Pitt. I don't know. I'm not into popular culture. I don't know who's hot at the moment, so forgive me. Okay. So I want that guy. I want that guy on the screen. I want him. And I deserve him, because I was told that if I work hard and get a career and get a job, and for those of us who are religious, pray real hard and be a good little Christian girl, he's going to come along. And then of course you got that one woman who did all of that and got a man, and then she goes on social media and goes, ladies, don't focus on a man, focus on your career, blah, blah, blah. And we follow that trend, and now we're alone. Why is it important that I'm bringing this to the foreground? Why am I bothering you with all of this? It's not to break you down, honey. It's to teach you the truth. Here's the truth. We need a man, okay? You need a man. My behind needs a man. Every woman needs a man, okay? Now, when I say every, please take that in inverted commas, because I really don't want to be in the comments hearing, I'm saying that loosely. I know that there are women who will be on their own. There are women who are asexual. There are women who would prefer women. I am not talking about those women. I am talking about the average heterosexual woman needs a man for companionship, right? Now, that is just how it is. We need that masculine energy in our lives. Need, not want, need. That doesn't mean that we have to show up needy, right? We can still want what we need, choose what we want to need. I say need because we need food, we need air, we need Jesus, and we need friends. And all of those things are important psychological, emotional, physical components of us being healthy and happy human beings. And romantic love plays a huge part of the need that we need to be met. There are two needs that we have that are fundamental to our humanity. One is food, because it speaks of survival. The second one is companionship, aka sex, because it speaks of survival of the generations, survival of the species, survival of the lineage. So sex is your body, your sexual desire is your body's way, of nature's way, God's way of saying, girl, you were brought onto this earth to cause your lineage to survive, for you to survive, to leave a piece of yourself on the earth that will go further than yourself. And that cry for survival, that cry to reproduce after our own kind, is as insatiable as the appetite to eat. Right now, here's the thing. Have you ever been with been yourself or known somebody who is very, very, very overweight, but they turn around and say, I don't eat much. I don't eat very much. I've said it to myself, got overweight, and told myself I don't eat very much. I wonder why I'm putting on weight, right? Now, that might actually be true. But women and people who say they don't eat much are people that say, I am denying that I have a physiological need to eat in order for my body to function in the way that I require it to function. And eating is not a 1-minute affair. Eating is a system of putting energy into my body throughout a 24-hour process or a 12-hour process so that my body can function. The difference between a person who says, I don't eat very much, I don't know why I'm getting fat, and the person who is slim, healthy, and full of energy is that the one that's healthy, full of energy, understands that they need to eat. They understand that eating is a need. So what they do is they prepare. They prepare for that need. They go shopping and realize I need to eat for a week, and I need to eat 3 times a day, and I need snacks in between. I need these things for me to function, to stay slim and healthy and happy. So I go and I invest a lot of money or some money into grocery shopping, and then I invest in the quality of food that I'm gonna pick so that when I'm peckish, I'm not snacking on gummies or chocolate or crisps. I'm snacking on healthy snacks. So they store up what they need because they acknowledge their needs. They carry snacks in their bag. They make sure that when they do feel hungry, they can always reach into their bag and there's always gonna be a healthy snack. Why? Because if they don't prepare, the natural instinct, the natural desire within us to eat will sabotage them. And what happens is, if you're not prepared, you are going to eat whatever is available. You're going to walk into McDonald's, you are going to go into the little sweet shop and buy a bag of sweets because that need has to be met, right? And we know what happens when we do that. And usually it's people that don't acknowledge their body's desire to eat that end up eating crap because they never have anything at home in the cupboard. They never have anything in the bag to snack on. They're not prepared, and so they always end up picking. They don't feel like they really eat because food is not something that they are prepared for, understand that they need. So they feel like the experience is, why do I get fat when I eat so very little? Now, I want to liken that example to a woman who says, I don't need a man. A woman that says, I don't need a man is like the person who doesn't prepare. And then what happens is she doesn't prepare her mind. It's very different from a woman who says, I need a man. I actually need a man. But I don't need any man. I need a good man. But what is a good man for me? She begins to define what is good for her. She begins to think, where am I going to position myself to be found by this good man? What are the things that make me happy in a relationship? She begins to build self-awareness. And what help do I need to fulfill my goals? Who do I need to ally with? Who do I need to call? I had a client the other day on a discovery call. She was like, right, I'm done with all this. I prayed, I fasted, I'm ready to meet a man, and I need a strategy, and I need somebody to help me, right? That's the mindset of a person who has now come to a place in their lives where, like, I need a man. I'm done with all the women independent, right? I'm done with Miss Independent. That's why I love her. I'm done with all that. I'm ready to acknowledge my need to have a man, and therefore I am going to take the steps that I need in order for me to get a healthy relationship into my life, get a working relationship into my life, get the relationship that I crave and I desire into my life. And so this woman is deliberately stepping into her world with more clarity, with more deliberateness. She understands that she needs to date. She understands that, okay, while I'm looking for and looking to be found by this mate, I still need to have male attention. I still need affection. I still need to feel like a woman, and so I'm gonna go dating. I'm gonna date different types of men. I'm gonna practice. That way, it's like the snacks in my bag are always there. The food in my fridge is always there. They create a life, like my students, they create a life, my clients, a life that makes sure that that need in some way, shape, or form, wholly or partly, is met in a healthy way. The woman that says, I don't need a man, will take 2 years sabbatical, 1 year sabbatical, 5 years sabbatical. She doesn't want to know. Her career is going just fine. And then guess what? Because of the urge, the internal, natural, biological urge of the body to mate, right? Some guy comes along and he's the first guy to have caught her attention while her head was in the sand, pretending she doesn't need a man. And that guy is either married, and now she is hooked on him, regardless of the fact that she's married. And she used to think to herself, I'm not the kind of woman that deals with married men. But hey, presto, she's now in love with this married man. Her heart is taken in by this married man, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do. She's now with a loser, a drug addict, all kind of things, players, etc. They start to prey on this woman. She has not been building her ability to see. She's not been building her understanding of men. She's not been building her understanding of herself. She's not been on any deliberate path. She's completely oblivious to how men are moving in the dating world these days because she's been out of it for so long. And so what she has is this craving and this addiction to this one man that has come her way. And this is where we begin to experience problems, girls. This is where we end up becoming stage 5 clingers. This is where when we meet a guy, we hunt him down and we stalk him and we want to keep him and we're so in love with him because we were not prepared. Having the mindset that I don't need a man makes you unprepared. Furthermore, you're not investing your money or your time in the things that matter. Some of us have more makeup than we need. Some of us have hair that is more expensive than we think. And then when you have a client and you tell them the price, they don't want to pay it. Because we were told that if you look good, you think your designer handbag is going to help you. You think, you will go out, you will spend that money on everything else. You go on holiday, you buy new hair, new shoes, new whatever. You're going to go out there and work on the way that you look because you think, oh, it's just the way I look. If I could just be slimmer, prettier, it's nothing to do with those things. And you don't want to invest in coaching. You don't want to invest a penny in coaching, but you're going to invest it in everything else. Sweetie, let me tell you something. You need to understand that you are a human living being. It's time to take the shame off of you. It's time for you to say, you know what? I am not ashamed. I am a breathing, heart pumping, blood flowing woman, and I need to be touched, and I need to be held, and I need affection, and I need to be loved, and I needed to come from a hot-blooded, hot, whatever version of sexy I think is sexy, man who can cherish me, who can provide, and who can protect me. It's okay. It's absolutely okay to be that woman who says, you know what, girls? I need me a man. I need me a man. I need a man. I want you to type in the comments right now. I need a man. So help me Jesus. Okay. That doesn't signal desperation. That doesn't signal loneliness and emptiness. That signals maturity. That says, actually, I'm grown enough to know I need food. I'm grown enough to know I need water. I'm grown enough to know I need a man. I'm grown enough to know that I need a purpose. I'm grown enough to know that I need God. I need all of these things. And none of these things take away from me. They all add to me. And so I want to leave you with this. If you understand what I'm saying to you in this video, if you concur, don't sit on your bottom and feel bad. Don't sit on your bottom thinking, yeah, I'm that girl. Get in touch with myself, Coach Shawnee, myself, Coach Rena for the men. Get in touch. Put together a plan. We can put something together for you that will begin the work that you need to do to be ready. And there is no reason at all, young lady, that your behind needs to be single any longer than it needs to be. There is no reason why you have to stay in this position wondering, what am I going to do now? You need somebody who's going to hold your hand. You need somebody who is going to coach you and prepare you and position you to find and to be met by a great, amazing guy. That's what I'm here to do. This is not a sales video. This is a video for us to touch down with reality, because if we don't touch down with reality, we're going to end up in a very difficult, very painful place as a single woman where we're way past our fertility window, way past the hopes and the dreams that we thought we would have, and we need to cry out and say, listen, I need some help. So thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots.